Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are building another house in The Sims 2 from a floor plan, and it turned out really badly. I'm not looking for sympathy or pity or anything. If you guys in the comments think that it looks terrible, you are right. That is the point. I didn't intend to do this. It's too big. We do have another video coming out at some point in the future, unless you already watched that video, in which case thank you, where I do fix this house and I shrink it a bit. This is part of my Lilac Terrace series that I've been doing. This is the second house on that side street in Pontevane, which is the custom terrain map that I am working with in The Sims 2. It's a custom neighborhood that I am slowly but surely, and when I say slowly, I mean very slowly, building up. This is also the lot where there's a ton of space left over, so the house takes up a small portion of it and the rest of the lot is pretty empty. In the future, like way in the future, I am going to go back and add some stuff to this house. We're going to end up, I guess, making a third video where we revisit this lot. We'll add in a pool, maybe a garden, maybe a workshop area, because I don't think we can fit a whole lot in that garage. I did want to add driveways and garages to all of these houses that I've done on this street, because I love that your Sims can own cars, which they cannot do in The Sims 4. I don't play The Sims 4. I have put a lot of shade against The Sims 4 just based off of things that I've seen other people talk about, because I do watch a lot of other Sims 4 content creators. I really like Satchon Sims. I've been watching James Turner for the better part of my life, and I do like Vixella. However, she hasn't really done a lot of Sims content in recent memory, but that's okay. I overall do like this layout. However, it is, like I said, way too big. I mentioned this in my previous video where we built a house from a floor plan, that the issue with floor plans is that there's a lot of things in real life in a house that don't necessarily correlate properly to The Sims 2 or any of the other Sims games. The good thing about The Sims 2 is that we do have actual closets. I don't think we had closets in The Sims 3. I recall that I had downloaded custom content ones, I think from around The Sims. They were, to my understanding, just a wardrobe, but you could place them in a 2x1 room and it would look like a closet. It just wouldn't necessarily act like one. I can't remember. It might have been cloned from that wardrobe in Supernatural, because there's one that you can use that's like a portal to Narnia almost or something, where you go in a rabbit hole, but you can also woohoo and stuff in there. I did definitely take advantage of the fact that we do have closets from Apartment Life. Like I said as well in my last video, the closets in The Sims 2 are strictly just for changing your outfit, practicing charisma, changing your appearance, and what have you. We can't necessarily make pantries and stuff, although I'm considering maybe in the future building a house where we do have a little butler's pantry, where at the very least the fridge and a couple of counter spaces are, and then we have the oven and all of the other smaller appliances in the main kitchen area. That might be too much. That might be too extra. I wish that we had a wall oven and a countertop cooktop in this game. In The Sims 1, there was an item that was just the cooktop for the stove that you could place on any countertop, but we don't have anything like that in any of the other games. I think that might be a thing in The Sims 4. I'm not 100% positive. I believe there are custom content ones out there. I've definitely seen wall oven custom content in The Sims 2 that is really more like a built-in cabinet sort of oven. I want one of those in my house in real life. I've always wanted an oven like that. I hate having to bend down and pick stuff up out of the oven when I'm baking something. I don't like it. I really would kill for a double wall oven. I want that in my future house. And I want one in The Sims 2. If you know of any, let me know. I think I've seen some around before, like I said, but I can't remember where I've seen them. I did also get directed by somebody on Discord, in The Sims 2 community Discord, to a custom content listing on Mod The Sims where people had made fire alarms coded into vent hoods that are built into cabinetry. It was a whole kitchen set, and one of the items was a fire alarm that was coded into a different object, not the actual fire alarm. I wish that I had a regular vent hood that wasn't part of the cabinets that functioned as a fire alarm. I mentioned this before. In the Goth household, there was a fire that had broken out, and what I thought was a custom content fire alarm ended up just being a regular vent hood that was decorative. It was in the appliances category of buy mode, but it was just a decorative object. correct. It did not actually function as a fire alarm. However, the fire in that situation was put out by the firefighters. They were able to call for help. It was fine. The other issue that I encountered was that there was like a glitch where the fire would, I guess, keep continuing or something. I don't know. Like the fire alarm would keep going off. There was no fire. The Sims were not reacting to it. The fireman, because there was a fire alarm in there, would be on like a loop saying that he had to go. And it was just constant, terrible nonsense. This happened in the Goth household on like the lot where Cassandra, Mortimer, and Alexander used to live. And in Alexander Goth's household in that giant 3-story home on Right Way in Pleasant View. I think that it's a glitch with my game. I don't know what's causing it. It's not like it has crashed or anything because of that. I think I'm just having problems when it comes to fires in the game. Luckily, they don't really happen, which is really, really great. Maybe I should get like the sprinkler system instead in the kitchen instead of the fire alarm like they have in the university lots where it just automatically goes off and extinguishes the fire. The only issue with that is that it leaves puddles everywhere, but I'm pretty sure you can have those on your home lots, right? I've never actually done that. I've only ever had to deal with them on the university dorms, and they are really annoying, but then maybe I wouldn't run into that loop with the firemen. Obviously, the reason why I called the street Lilac Terrace is because of all those flowers that I put out front that do look kind of like lilacs. They are a recolor. I think that it's from Peppermint and Ginger on Tumblr. I could be wrong, but I do have a lot of like default replacement options for most of the plants. Most of them are recolors. Not all of them are like mesh redos, but a lot of them are just like recolors. I love how those look, and the sunflowers that I have. I'm pretty sure that those are a default replacement as well. They're really, really pretty. A lot of people in this community are so talented when it comes to making custom content. Like I can't even fathom. I have looked into making custom content, like what it would take to do something, and I can't understand it at all. I can't make heads or tails of it. I know you can do simple recolors in Sim Package Editor. Have I done that? Have I tried it? No. I think the last time I did, I was like 12. And this was also when I wasn't following a guide because I don't think there was a guide out at that point, and I didn't know enough to Google because I was 12. And this was early 2000s when the internet was still not like 100%. It was like still an up and coming commodity. But here we are. I can't remember if I used laundry in this house. I have a feeling that I might have. I talked about this again in a previous video. I am going to be doing an overview of Lemaire's laundry mod. It is really cool. I do like how it runs in my game. It's pretty spotless, and you can have like laundromat community lots, which is really, really great. So like I said, we are going to be revisiting this lot again in the future, kind of fixing up the house, and also potentially again after that adding stuff to the yard, because when I was done fixing up the house, I didn't have the energy to redo anything in the yard. It would have taken a lot of time and effort, and that is totally on me because I am really bad when it comes to like proportions of houses versus the lots that they're on in this game. In hindsight, I actually was thinking of going into Lot Adjuster and changing the size of this lot to make it more proportionate to the house, but I would have had to have done that after I redid the house because we do end up shrinking it just a bit. Overall, I think it's fine, especially once we go back and edit the structure, but I think that in the future, I just need to be better about the proportionate size of the lot versus the house. Do you guys struggle with that? I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. I've been building houses in this game since the original Sims. Like I started playing, I think in 2003 or something. Not that they were any good. I mean, of course, the houses that I was building were monstrosities because I was a child. I like to think that we've all grown over time. But we are done. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to become a member, you can do that too. You get early access to all my videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.